Okay, so today we're going to work on the awning, and because we have white and red, we are going to start with the red, and I'm using here cadmium red light. If you have cadmium red medium, that's fine too. And I'm going to add a touch of black in it. Not much, just a bit to make it darker, slightly darker. It shouldn't turn brown. If it turns brown, that's too much black. It should stay like it should be like a terracotta color. And I'm gonna come here, start. Up till now, this brown brush is good. It doesn't have to look perfect. Suggestion is enough. I'm gonna let it dry. And then highlight it.
Leah, what you're doing is just the lines right now. Oh no, you're doing the whole stripe, are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole stripe.
Okay.
Okay, the stripe in the back here are thinner. The stripes here are thinner. Right there. Okay, that's good. I'll just put the white part and then I'll stop. So the white part, I'm just gonna use, for now, titanium buff. You don't want to start with white. White is flat. So you want to start with this color that's kind of not a bright white. Okay, titanium buff will do for now. And then we'll highlight with white. But if we put white right away, it's not a good one. If we put white right away, then we are stuck with a flat color. The bottom of the, well, I'll fix it from the inside. It has a curve at the bottom. It's not flat. This over here. So what we'll do, it doesn't matter what we're doing right now. We'll go back and use the color of the window and then create that scalloped look. It's not going to be easy doing it right now. So I'm going to go straight. I'm not going to worry about this right now. I'll fix it after. Okay, this one here I can see. It's easy. That one. So I'm going to keep it. Okay, I'm going to stop because it's just the same going across. All right, so what I'm doing right now is after I put the lines, those pencil lines, to make sure the line, all of those lines that we're doing are on the right edge. I'm using red and black, and I'm putting the dark color of the red at the bottom here, because this is where usually when the awning goes down, it looks darker. Right now I'm adjusting, because with the white, when I was putting the white, I went over some of the reds, so I'm just fixing them up a bit. And there we go. There. That's great. You know what they're telling me? You know those spotlights that we put years ago? They're saying that these are old now.
Yeah, they're not as energy efficient, apparently.
Yeah.
God. You can replace the bulbs though, I think, and with different, that's what they told us to do. They're more.
Yeah, we had to replace all the ones in our basement with, but I don't use the ones on my main floor enough to be bothered to replace the bulbs, but the basement ones are all LED bulbs now.
Yeah, but
On the 100 watt incandescent bulbs they were when we bought.
yeah, Yeah, they're saying it's a different size too. I mean, there's the
Oh.
different size.
Okay.
I
So
must
it-
be old. I still prefer the incandescent light. I find that these
Yeah.
new light bulbs are so harsh.
You
Yeah.
have to make sure you buy the warm white. When you
Yeah.
buy the LED and the other, whatever ones they are, if you don't get the warm white, it's awful.
Yes, because it comes in different kelvins, you know.
Yeah, don't get the cool white or the bright
Yeah.
white, get the warm white.
Hmm.
And then it's more like an incandescent bulb.
Thank you, because I never noticed. I never noticed there was a choice.
Yeah, the blue light, the blue one is just awful.
Harsh. It's harsh.
Yeah, I have it on a light that's beside me here is one of these things for using when you're on Zoom. Anyway, it has a blue version of it. It hurts your eyes just to be in the same spot as it.
It's like the headlights in the cars these days. They're so
Yeah.
bright, they're blinding you. They're dangerous as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so I'm doing the same with the awning with the white, off-white, the titanium buff. I'm adjusting the bottom part.
Is that a wee bit darker or is it the same?
No, the same.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I'm not darkening this one here. Because I'm gonna highlight, I'm gonna use white for the top part. So I'm not worried about darkening this one. Okay.
What color are you using now? White or titanium?
Yeah, no, titanium white, titanium white. I'm just fixing up a bit of, bit of lines that are not done properly before I start highlighting. So I just want to make sure that all of my lines are all in order, and then I'll start the highlighting. I'm going to go back to red now because I lost some of the red here. So I'm just going to fix it. Same, but not as much as dark down here. So I'm using red, cadmium red, and a bit of black in it. Doesn't have to be as dark as the bottom part. It's just a matter of making sure that those lines, you know, when you're working with white and then stripes like that, you have to go back and forth and adjust. Okay, that's good. These are good. That one here. Good. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to leave the bottom part just the way it is. And we can start with red. I'm just going to take cadmium red light. Nothing else, just cadmium red light. And I'm just going to highlight a bit. Oops, you know what? That might need a bit of white or titanium buff. Let's see with titanium buff. Yep, that's good. That's nice with titanium buff. Let's do that. So cadmium red light with titanium buff and just the top part. Nice, good. That looks good. See, immediately when you do that, you see the difference. It looks like, yes, this awning, this part of the awning is dropping down, and that one here is up. There is where the sun is hitting. It's the top part.
See you later. Love you anyway.
This takes time. What we're going to do next week, the woman and the rest doesn't take time. All right. Now, let's take white. Oop, let's block. Let's take just white. I'm just using white. I'm going to do the same with this here. This part, the white part on top. Just the top, don't do the bottom part. Don't highlight the bottom part, but just make sure your highlight comes to this line here. So when we remove the line, it looks like there is a line, but there isn't because of the highlight. It looks like it's dropping down on this edge. There. Oh. Can you hear them?
Yes.
Yes,
Mm. They're good though. They're very good. And they're clean. They're cleaning up after they covered everything, all of the furniture. All right, let's do that. It's good. Okay.
That was just plain white for the last coat, right?
Yeah, just plain white. All right, for the red flowers, I thought, we should put red flowers in here because it ties in with the awning. So I'm using the same cadmium red light, and I'm putting some black in it for the first layer. And with the corner of my brush, this is a flat brush. It's not too big, so I can have some control because I don't want those flowers to be huge. I just want a suggestion of red. And I'm going to start with the darks because this is in a shade in the shade right here. I'm going to start putting some in here as well. Very kind of.
It's just cadmium red, nothing else in it.
No, cadmium red and black.
Oh, and black.
Black. And really random. Don't try to make them look even. Just random. Dab a bit randomly, and some of them are connected, some of them are not, some of them are big, some of them are small. So now I have this kind of first layer. Wash my brush and just pick up cadmium red light. Again, same, the corner of the brush. Now I'm being a little bit careful, more, like I'm not going fast. With the dark red, I was going fast because I know it's like you can hardly see it, so it's not a big deal. But with red, highlighted red, I just want to make sure I'm putting it in the right place. Okay, take your time, look at it and see if it looks good. Even if you have to squint, then you'll see if you have, let's say, 4 or 5 on the same level. That will look funny, so you can adjust it. They should look like they're floating, not heavy. Okay. I'll wait for it to dry, and then I'll pick up more cadmium red, just cadmium red, and add a couple over the cadmium red I had before, because acrylic dries darker, and the more layers you put, the lighter it looks. Okay, it's good. So we're okay with that. We're done with this. We don't need to do anything else, just cleaning up. And next week, we'll start working on that lady here. If you have a black pencil crayon, not everywhere, just go in here in the stones we painted last week. Just go in certain areas and give them a bit of depth. Not everywhere, just a couple. Bit of black.
Did you use your black pencil crayon up along the roof line? Did I see you doing it there as
Oh
well?
yeah, I was just putting some shadow in here with a black pencil crayon when we were talking. Just a bit. I mean, you don't have to. I was going over it. There was some dark blue in here already. All I did is I went over it. I just went, and over here where the door is, same thing. With a pencil crayon, just made sure that separating, the line between the door and the frame. So here we go. If anything there, even this window here, it just needed a bit of black in between right there, just to give it some shadow and depth. And
The window up by that shutter on your YouTube, it didn't say, what color did you end up changing the window? Because it was dark black. And then what did you use to make the window lighter? Yeah,
same as what we
Where?
used here, the
yellow and
yellow ochre, was it yellow ochre and
titanium or something?
yeah, yellow ochre in titanium buff, just a bit. It's not heavy. It's not thick. Because it's not thick, it dries darker because it takes on the color that's underneath. So it dries darker. You don't want it the same intensity as the one out right here. You want it darker. So
Okay.
that's what I did. Okay, for the signs, I use burnt umber, touch of red in my burnt umber. Just a bit of red. And I have here Naples yellow, or you could use titanium buff, whatever you have, just to highlight it a bit. Right, so there we go. And then come here. Yeah, that's good. Awesome. Okay, let this dry. And then I'll do the one over here as well at the same time. Okay. Okay, now this part here is a lantern. It's an old lantern, and that rectangle that you see in the back is the stand for that lantern. So for that back rectangular thing in the back, we should use burnt umber and black. Just a touch of black, not much. Just to make it darker. A bit on the sides. And then let's take, oops. Let's take a small round brush. We're going to take the same brown we used here and highlight it a bit with whatever you have. So this brown is burnt umber, bit of red, and you can highlight it with titanium buff or Naples yellow, whatever you have available there. And we're going to paint the top. It's like a triangle. Now where the glass is, we'll have to use a bit of yellow ochre. So we have to use a bit of yellow ochre where the glass is. Okay, yellow ochre. Just the first layer. The first layer is looking dark, dull. That's okay. I'm going to take a bit of white, put it in my yellow ochre, highlight it a bit with white, and then just add it here. It's better if we wait for it to dry. That's it.
I'm sorry, what was the color of that little pointy shade part?
Oh, it was burnt umber, a touch of cadmium red in it, and titanium buff.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna adjust. I will adjust the yellow of this, the glass part. Once it's dry, I will just tone it down a bit, but I have to wait for it to dry using yellow ochre and a bit of burnt umber here. Now, this is a bit of yellow, burnt umber. That's burnt umber. Just to tone it down. Okay. So now that probably these are dry, yes, I'm gonna take black with the same small brush, just black, and we're gonna just put a suggestion of a kind of a writing. And the same thing on this one here, we'll put a frame in black. Dry brush. And just kind of a writing in the center. And that's it. This is just black. I'm using black with a small round brush. And to do this, this is the shadow of the handle. I don't want to do it in a strong black. I'm just gonna, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of water in my black. So glaze it. I'm gonna glaze this on. Because if you put it the same intensity as the handle, it will look like it's a handle. It's not like it will look, it doesn't look like a shadow. So I'm gonna clean it up a bit here. Shadows are usually transparent. Oops, oh dear. So you can just put some water in your colors, like a water. Use it like a watercolor. There.